In this video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 small cap stocks from the ARKG ETF, which is the ARK Genomic Revolution ETF by ARK Invest. And currently, they're potentially in a very nice price structure, great for swing trading. So the way that I actually select these stocks is purely based on the momentum, volume, and also most importantly, the price structure alone. So do watch out this video where I will just run through the trading plan, where I actually plan to enter the trade, stop loss, and also potential price target, etc, etc. Alright, so let's just dive in straight away. So the first stock that I'm going to share with you is this AQB, AquaBounty Technologies. This is pretty much a small cap stocks, currently is at about $11. So you can see that a lot of the participation actually started in end of the November or early December, where we have this kind of the sign of strength rally run up from $4 to about $11. So you can see that this is pretty much a highly speculative stocks where it has had a reaction. It can down from about $11 to $7. So just watch out for the big swing in terms of the price. First of all, I would like to run through the daily view with a larger time frame. So let me just zoom out a little bit there. So you can see that previously the stock actually can hit about $30, and subsequently it just keep trending down for probably more than a year, and until about 2018 is kind of forming a trading range. So you can see that this is a huge trading range from 2018, and you can see that the volume is pretty much negligible, and there is some spike of the volume, some participation in early 2019. I think that's pretty much a COVID sell-off right there. And eventually it's still very much very thin volume, but you can see that right there after the COVID sell-off there is some participation where there is some spike of the volume. Let me just zoom in a bit. Okay, let me drag this down. Okay, so you can see that about 2020, that's the COVID sell-off. Yep. So there's some kind of the volume picking up right there. So there's some participation during that period. But the most important periods that I'm going to discuss about is pretty much from October, and where we see there's certainly pickup of the volume, there's more participation, and subsequently where we have this kind of the spike of the volume together with the breakout right there. So this is a very important sign of strength rally, because it actually signal that this is actually a start of the trend. So pretty much that it just broke out from this trading range, whether you view it as a cup and handle, breakout, pullback as a test, forming a backup action, and this is definitely a sign of strength rally. And currently right after the spike of the volume, where there's an increasing of the supply, there's increasing of supply definitely right there, and subsequently we have seen this run up creating a buying climax. So supply has been increasing. Look at the volume, about 20 million. So that actually essentially stopped the price from advancing, and here comes a reaction. But if you take a closer look at this reaction, you will notice that that's definitely a phase A type, very volatile in terms of the price action and in terms of the volume. And subsequently we see that the volatility has been decreasing, and that showed up in this volume as well. And during this recent run up, so we see kind of a sign of strength rally attempt to break out. So in terms of the price structure, is pretty much in a very nice or very nice place, nice structure for the long type of entry. So if we look back, this is the previous swing high that created in 2018, is currently forming this kind of the consolidation near the upper part of the price range. And in terms of the recent price action, so you can see that it's kind of have a bit of the supply absorption process. So this is a lot of the supply come in, and we have a first test showing a reaction. Second test also shows some rejection, but that comes with a decreasing of the supply level. And look at the reaction, compare it to the previous reaction here to here. So we see that the reaction is getting shorter. So that actually suggested that there is a rally coming up, which is this rally. And subsequently we see that bit of the localized increase of the supply level, and that also showed up in this rejection tail right there, which is normal while we are breaking out from this previous swing high level. Subsequently it actually followed by a reaction. So this is a 1 bar reaction. Reaction process is still unfolding at the moment. So what I actually plan to do is to wait for a pullback. So I'm looking at probably around 10.8, somewhere around there, about 10.8, where I can actually test another times and followed by a reversal type of a signal. So this is where I plan to enter long. Otherwise, what I would like to see is definitely another commitment to break out. So that will be somewhere around 12.3, so where you can actually break above the previous swing high right there. So what I tend to do in this kind of the small cap stock is to go into the hourly time frame to actually zoom in and find my long entry. So you can see that I actually plan somewhere around 10.8. So you actually hit the 10.8 or I think it's 10.7 just on the previous day, so during this reaction. So what I would like to see is to see whether you can have another test of this previous downswing and subsequently followed by a reversal. So 10.8 could be a nice price point for me to enter long. And what I would like to see is definitely for the price to resolve itself out from this formation, whether it's an apex or some kind of the trading range, doesn't matter. So something like this, a reversal type of signal could be great to enter long, or some localized breakout, maybe break above this 11.6 or 11.7, so break above this level, then I can enter long as well. So the upside target could be huge. If we look at the previous resistance alone, certainly I think we could just anticipate about $15 or even $20. So that's the previous resistance, somewhere around 16 or even somewhere around 18 or 20. So certainly there are a lot more upside potential. And for the stop loss, I am actually planning, if based on the hourly time frame, that could be quite tight, maybe 9.7. But if based on the daily time frame alone, maybe somewhere around 8.6. So the key thing that is I would like to see AQB to actually hold above $10. So if it breaks below $10, then that could be a failure case, which I will exit my position. Alright, so that's the AquaBounty, and together with my trading plan and some potential stop loss and price target. Alright, next one, CLLS, Cellectis. So you can see that this is currently in a consolidation trading range. So prior to that, we have seen that CLLS actually formed a trading range that actually lasts for from May to about November, and this is a reaccumulation range. Subsequently, we have seen this sign of strength rally breaking out. So look at where the backup action is unfolding at the moment. So we can see that it did not really go back and test the previous resistance now turned the support. In fact, it's just a form in the higher ground and the higher low right there. So this is a strength by itself. So instead of having a back test at a lower ground level, it just formed this type of the consolidation at a higher ground. So I think it's a very constructive and very bullish. And in terms of the price structure, I view this as a sign of strength rally followed by a backup action. So this is the accumulation. So in terms of the price structure, when we zoom in this trading range, then I think it's quite obvious that if you can have an attempt to pull back, test the previous swing low again, because currently we see that supply has been increasing a little bit, localized level, and we see the rejection tail as well. That's near the previous swing high level. That's the immediate resistance level. So I think it's quite a natural place for the reaction to unfold. So I'm just waiting for the price to hit my level somewhere around here, 27.2.3. So that's the level that I'm looking for, and followed by a reversal bar. Then I will enter long entry right there. Otherwise, if the reaction or the pullback did not materialize, then probably we'll have some kind of the breakout. I will just wait for opportunity to enter some kind of the long entry after the backup action. Alright, so that's the Cellectis. So if we just look at the potential price targets, I think there is some kind of the resistance form. So we can see that previously CLLS actually has reached about $50. So that's the previous high right there, 50. But currently there is some kind of the resistance form right at 35. So definitely watch out at the resistance at 35 level. Okay. So that's CLLS. Next one. This last one is surface. So let's take a zoom out view first. So we see that previous all-time high level is at about 18, and we see a lot of the participation right there. There's a spike of this volume that's happened in somewhere around probably June or May in 2020, and subsequently actually started the uptrend. So if you are looking for some kind of the pattern, that could be some rounding bottom or cup and handle type, but whichever pattern that you're looking for is certainly in an uptrend already. So what I like about this stock is there are quite a lot of the reaccumulation on the way up. So right after the spike of the volume, we see that there is a reaccumulation range. So this is certainly a penny stock. So let's see. So we see that this is the spike of the volume that's from about 2.5 all the way to $5, followed by a pullback, and subsequently that actually formed this kind of the structure for reaccumulation. So this is very constructive for these bullish stocks, and subsequently we see that there is a breakout happen. So right after the breakout with a spike of the supply level, it actually stopped the advancement of surface and forming another reaccumulation range as a backing up for this accumulation range, and supply has been decreasing and until this breakout, and they actually drop some supply with this reaction down. But look at how the price actually unfold. So we see the spike of the volume right there with a first reaction, second reaction with a decreasing of the supply level, and most importantly is it actually formed a higher low right there. With a lot of the effort behind to push the price down, it did not really break below the immediate support level at $8. So that's constructive. And subsequently, for the third reaction, we see that definitely supply has been decreasing, and that actually followed by a breaking out, backing up, shallow type of the backup process, and eventually into this phase E mode for the uptrending markup phase. So right now, I think it's pretty much still close to this backup action. So I'm still looking for some kind of the great level to scale in. So I do have a position in Surface and also the AquaBounty. So the level that I'm looking at is somewhere around the swing low level. So I'm suspecting that it can probably have another spring of the level. So maybe I will go to the hourly time frame to have a more candles for more details. So this is the immediate level that I'm looking at. So if you can have another kind of the reversal type signal, then I will just enter long. So after a test of this previous swing low level, so we see that supply has been increasing. So I'm hoping to have a test of this previous supply level. Otherwise, the next level should be somewhere around 11 to 1150. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so in terms of the price target, based on the previous resistance level from the historical price, I think that we can probably reach, there is a very obvious level at about 12.6. So definitely we see some reaction with a rejection tail after I tested this swing high level. Subsequently, I think that's probably 15 or even the all-time high level, about 18. So certainly there are some upside waiting ahead. And in terms of the stop, if I'm getting somewhere around here, then I will probably look at here. So that will be somewhere around about below 11, 10.7, somewhere around there, or 10.5. That would be a very conservative stop. For the tight stop loss, then definitely go into the hourly time frame and pick the level that's suitable for you. But this is generally a conservative stop loss, about 10.5. This is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to learn more on how to increase your winning rate, definitely check out the video that showed out on the screen right now. And do remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also my weekly stock watch list update for free. The link is in the description below. Just check it out. Talk to you soon.